Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of frequency tables, specifically how we can solve problems that involve frequency tables, and we'll do it in 5 minutes or less. So first, let's understand what a frequency table is. I've got one over here on the left side of the screen. I'll put a box around it. A frequency table is simply a way to display how often or how frequently different things show up in a data set. So we have some cars here, and we have these tally marks, and that's how typically we're going to see a frequency table is with tally marks. Sometimes you'll get them with just straight numbers. But typically in fourth grade, you're going to have to do a little bit of work here. So let's figure out how these tally marks work. Each vertical mark represents 1. So right now on the bottom, I've got these 4 vertical marks that represents 4. Fifth one is going to have that diagonal slash, and it just makes it really easy for us to count by fives. So this equals 5. That's going to be kind of my key here. So if I look at red, I've got 5, and then I've got 6, 7, 8. I've got 3 extra. So my recommendation is to always put the actual numbers off to the side of the frequency table, because then you don't have to worry about the tally marks anymore. So on my black, I've got 5. I've got another 5 that's 10. 1 extra makes 11. On my blue, I've got 5. 1 extra makes 6. White, I've got 5. I've got an extra 5 to make 10. 2 extra make 12. And then I've only got 3 on that yellow. All right, so that's what I'm going to deal with now. 8, 11, 6, 12, and 3. So I have a series of 5 questions here. How many questions? So typically when we're dealing with frequency tables, we're going to have to add, subtract, maybe compare, maybe group together, combine, break apart, various addition and subtraction problems. So let's start with this first one. How many in all? Well, once I've got all of this, there's a few different ways I could do this, right? I've got all my numbers, so if I want, I could just, add them vertically here. So let's see. I've got 8, I've got 9, and then I've got 6 more, that's 15. 2 and 3 make another 5, right? So that is going to be another set of 10. That's going to be 20 altogether. Then I've got 2, 3, 4. So it looks like I've got 40 altogether. So I can just answer this. I'll put a box around it. Now, since you've got the frequency table, watch, you can do this. We can skip count by fives. We can say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then I just need to count how many left over I have. So I've got 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So either way you want to count it, that's fine. So how many in all would be a typical question? 40. How many black or blue? So when we see this right here, that means it could be one or the other. So basically, we just need to add the black or the blue. So I've got my black at 11, my blue at 6. So I'll go ahead and write the equation here, right? That's going to be 11 plus 6. So the answer here is going to be 17. That could be a typical problem you might see on a frequency table question. Now, how many more? So that means we're going to compare here red and blue, then white. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take my red and blue. So let's do that first. I've got my red is 8. Combine that with my blue, 6. Then white. So how many more red and blue than white? I'm going to compare those two. That sum with my white, which is 12. So really, that's what I'm going to do. Add the red and blue, take away the white. So really, this 8 plus 6 is 14. So it's really 14 minus 12. So it's not that much. It's 2 more. 2 more red and blue than white. How many colors with an odd number of cars? Okay, so an odd number of cars. Well, I need to know my odd and even. So 8 is even, right? This 1 in the ones place is odd. That's even. That's even. That's odd. All right, so I've only got 2 odd number of cars. And if I want, I can list them, right? It's going to be black, and it's going to be yellow. All right, and then finally, I can say how many more red and white than blue and yellow. Well, red and white, it's going to be 8 and 12, minus blue and yellow, 6 and 3. So really, that's going to be 20 minus 9, and that makes 11.